Good afternoon. It's Michael here with the National Weather Service with your winter weather update for Saturday. We're still having an ongoing ice storm coming through the area, and we expect this to continue through Sunday. So, significant and extreme impacts of ice going through the area through Sunday. We expect us 2 waves of precipitation with higher amounts with the second wave, which is tonight into Sunday morning. So, primary precipitation types will be freezing rain and some sleet, and we're starting to see a little bit of that across northeast Louisiana, a little bit further south, and into portions of Mississippi. But areas to the north and west have already been icy, have been below freezing for the start of this event. So we're already seeing some travel impacts up north. And so we expect those travel impacts to start to sweep across the state as we go into tonight and definitely into Sunday. Dangerous cold is expected this weekend and into early next week. That'll mainly be really after we get through this icy period, but then we'll be brutally cold. Uh, we could be below freezing for 2 to 4 days in some areas, lows in the teens and some single digits. We're holding tight to what we've been talking about all week. We still expect those extreme level 4 impacts up to the north and west across northeast Louisiana, southeast Arkansas, and the Delta, kind of bisecting Yazoo County, going up to just west of Eupora, down to just north of Vicksburg and Winnsboro. And so that's where we're expecting the highest impacts to be as we get closer down into the central portions of the region, down the Natchez to Jackson, Vicksburg, up to Columbus area near Starkville, we can see those significant impacts. And then as we come down to Philadelphia, Brookhaven, we can start to see those elevated to limited impacts. Southeast Mississippi should stay out of the fray as far as the ice is concerned uh, across the area. So we expect conditions to start to deteriorate even more, like I said, as we go through tonight and definitely into Sunday. Expecting onset of accumulating ice. You can see where the line is. We have that ongoing right now. So if you're up there to the north and west of Jackson, across the Delta, northeast Louisiana, southeast Arkansas, you're already seeing icing conditions, and so that's going to continue through Sunday. Now, for the Jackson metro area closer to Vicksburg, down the Natchez, that red area, that area in the middle, really after 6 p.m. today, going to start to see more of an impact. But I think the greater impacts, will come in the nighttime hours and in the early hours of Sunday. That's when we can expect to see more of a transition across the red area, and then after noon on Sunday, further east you go. So again, this is still a long duration event. We're just kind of halfway through it. We still have the entire day today and the entire day pretty much tomorrow. Uh, Probably ending a little bit in tomorrow afternoon, but we still have a long way to go as far as this storm is concerned. We still have that greatest transition zone just to the across the Jackson metro area, just to the south. We kind of tightened it up a little bit as things have become a little bit more clear. So this is still going to be the transition zone, but everything kind of along this and north or west of this is probably going to get some icing. So this area right through here still has the highest risk of uncertainty of how far the ice gets. So we can have dramatic differences across shorter distances. So any kind of wiggle in the freezing line will have greater impacts, on either which side of the line you're on. So here's our current ice storm warnings. Like we have been talking about, we expected those ice storm warnings to extend, and that has been done up to Columbus. Includes the Jackson metro area all the way down to Natchez and all of northeast Louisiana and all of North Mississippi in the Delta and South East Arkansas. So this dark purple is where we can expect to see a quarter inch of ice or more. And so the quarter inch of ice really is where we start to see trees coming down, power lines going out, power lines coming down. So power outages are going to be a very likely in this area. We're already starting to see some across northeast Louisiana, southeast Arkansas, and the Delta region as well. So those power outages, we're looking at the numbers, are starting to spike up as we speak. And so these areas in this light purple have been upgraded to winter weather advisory. So you can get up to a quarter inch of ice in these purple, lighter purple counties. And so that still can cause some travel problems as well. So again, things are falling in line like we've been talking about. A large portion of the area has an ice storm warning where we can expect extreme significant impacts from ice. Now we get into the cold, expecting lows below 10 degrees and highs well below freezing in this purple area. So it's going to be extremely cold across the north and west. Across the Jackson metro area, you're going to get down to around um, 10 degrees possibly. We're going to have wind chills less than 10 degrees in the red area. And in this extreme area, I forgot to mention, you can have wind chills of below zero across the delta in this area in the purple. So it's going to be very cold. And so if we have power outages or if you experience a power outage, please have a way to stay warm and be safe with that because it's going to be extremely cold. It's going to get cold in your house on the insides. It's going to be very cold. So please do what you can to make sure that you stay warm. Check on the elderly, make sure they have what they need, the unhoused, make sure that you have them in shelters, make sure people and pets, plants, and pipes are protected. Okay. Here's our extreme cold warning. Essentially, it's the entire state of Mississippi. This corner pocket here will probably be updated. So at some point, the entire state will have an extreme cold warning. The entire state is going to be very cold. So I don't have to keep harping on that. It's going to be extremely cold. Please protect yourself. Okay. Getting back to some of these probabilities, again, like we've been talking about, the Delta region of our forecast area is expected to see that quarter inch of ice or more and even still have 40% chances in Jackson, 43 to Natchez. And Ken, this is that transition zone we kept talking about. We keep talking about. This is where we are going to have to see where exactly things set up and things change over. As we get to a half inch ice or more, again, still up to the north, and even still a 30% chance up to Natchez, up towards Jackson, and right through here again, that transition zone. So that's going to be a really tight cutoff. So all these areas that are in purple and pink, you can expect to see some icing. And this is a percent of an inch or more and still over the delta. So we're still expecting a lot of ice across the region. And so here's what we have for our freezer rain accumulation. This could be some wiggle room on this very sharp gradient. We got over a quarter inch in Natchez, just below a quarter inch in Jackson. It could go either way along this line. So at the end of the day, everybody plan on having power outages, travel being hard, dangerous things, and impassable roads. So just prepare for the ice storm. If you're under the ice storm warning, you're going to get icing and you're going to have problems. So it really kind of doesn't matter what the accumulations are. If you're under that warning, you're probably going to have a problem. So major winter storm is unfolding across the area through tomorrow. Uh, Conditions will deteriorate late tonight, even more, and into Sunday. And dangerous cold expected through the weekend through early next week. Lots of areas could be below freezing for up to 2 to 4 days. And couple that with power outages is going to be very brutal over the next several days. So it's Michael Hill, the National Weather Service. We'll have another update for you guys later. Thanks.